everybody, this is Beth McCullough. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa in the United States, and I'm here every Wednesday at noon with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
And we have a special treat for you today. At least I think it's a special treat. I love making baby onesie cards, and I did do a video a couple years ago, but this is updated with new supplies, and it's even easier than before. So I'm going to show you those. Also, this is a card that was cased. Marceline found it, and she was sweet and made this for everyone that I sent catalogs to. It's made with the Give It a Whirl die set, and there's a window sheet in here. See the arrow? And you actually take your hand and look at the sheep jumping. So like I said, this card was cased by a gal, and we just switched up the colors. Barb thought the sheep needed pink ears, and we made it more the kind of colors we usually use, bright and happy, right, hun?
Right.
So this is pink. So we changed it up, but it's basically the same card someone else made.
So I have a question. If you do that long enough, do you get sleepy?
You know, I should try that. I was awake a lot last night. I should have been counting sheep. But I love this card, and if you ordered catalogs from me, hopefully you got one of these. So I wanted to show you that, but the Give It a Whirl dies has lots of things in it besides making cards like that. I love the clouds, I love the stars, I love the hearts, and this right here, this die is key for making baby onesie cards. And I'm going to show you that today. Steve, have you been seeing people come on? I just saw Chris. Hello, Chris. Chris was at my house 2 nights ago, I think.
Karen is on, and she said hi to me. So I need to say hi to Karen.
Hi, Karen. Karen in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Please let me know where you're from in the comments and what you're up to today. I went for a long walk with my puppies this morning. It's beautiful in Iowa right now.
It's almost football weather.
Steve went to Bible study. He did not walk with me. There's different people we see. Lots of people walk every day, but there's these 3 ladies that walk together. And Steve and I create a little bit of a scene with our 2 dogs, and should I say I make you hold my hand, or he's used to holding my hand?
I'm used to holding everybody's hands. I drag the dogs behind me too when they don't want to walk.
You hold their hands.
Yeah.
But when I see the ladies, they always say, if I'm alone, "Where's your boyfriend today?" And it just cracks me up because we've been married 35 years. And yeah, you're still my boyfriend. Okay. So to make the baby onesie cards, I like to use an embossing folder. This is an old one, but let me show you what some options are. This one is a current embossing folder. It's called Checks and Dots, and you get 2 different ones. And you might say, well, it's not wide enough. But let me tell you, you go ahead and you run it through once, and then you run it through a second time, and you just line up the dots.
See, that
like
would
that.
be the type of thing that would scare me, that I wouldn't get the
would
dots
scare
aligned.
You, but look, can you tell that I did that? It works. So this is a great, Checks and Dots is a great set of embossing folders that's current that you can use for this. Another one that I chose is the brand new one out of this catalog, Star Crossed. This one has that, so it's stars diagonally down to here, and then the plaid. What do you think of that one?
I like it.
For boys, if they don't want these dots and things, although I do dots for the boys, you could do this Tasteful Textile embossing folder. And then there's a couple retired. I've been a demonstrator since 2003, so I have a lot of retired product. But the Perfect Polka Dots are what I used on this card, the real tiny little dots. And then the Polka Dot Basics is what I used on this card. So those are retired, but for the current, I would say Checks and Dots or the Star Crossed are good.
Jean is on from New York today.
Hello, Jean. I'm glad you could join us. Okay, So now to make this card, I always do a template for almost every card I make. So let me show you that. Here's my template. It's going to fit in a standard envelope. So it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So when you score it, you just have your normal folded card like this. Now, I know some card makers, including myself sometimes, tend to be perfectionists. If you want to make this card perfect, you can figure out with a ruler how big to make the sleeves. So I typically go down 1 inch and I put a mark, and then I take the ruler to 3/4 of an inch and put a mark. Do the same thing on the other side. So it's down 1 inch, in 3/4. Then you have a mark right here, a dot, and you know that's what you're going to aim for. And now we're going to come back to that. Now we need to make the circles, and that's where this die that I was talking about comes in, that is so perfect. Because when you run this die from the Give It a Whirl through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you get 2 pieces. You get the circle and you get this. So I used to show how to make this card where you cut the center circle first and then you line it up and cut the big circle. Well, they did everything. Stampin' Up is awesome. They did stitching, they did the cute ruffle scallop, and they have it ready for the Baby Onesie card. Who knew, right?
Who knew?
So that's what we're going to do on this one.
So you have Linda and Tony on, and Tony was just commenting about having grandbabies on the way.
Well, Tony, you need to make this card then. We do not have grandbabies. We have a wedding on the way, which we're super excited about. But good friends of ours are having a baby, but they're having a baby boy. So I'll have to make some baby boy cards too. But here's the colors I used today. I used Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, and Pale Papaya. And this one is the Polished Pink. I ran it through twice with the checks and dots. So that's all I have done so far. Now the next thing is we need some circles if you don't have the punch. The die that I showed you cuts out the circle. It is a perfect 1 1/2 inch circle punch. So if you own a 1/2 inch circle punch, that's the easiest thing to do. If you don't own a circle punch, maybe you own these layering dies, and it's 1, 2, 3. The third smallest circle is very, very close to a 1 1/2 inch circle. It's just slightly bigger. I would say it's a 1 1/2 and an 1/8, a 1 5/8 inch circle, probably.
That would be the right measurement.
Would it?
Yeah.
Did your brain work that fast this morning, honey?
You're doing fractions today, Beth. Good for you.
Yeah. I would say it's 1 5/8. So anyway, the third smallest die, you can use that too. I'm going to use the punch for you today because it's just easier. So what you're going to do is take your punch upside down, and the fold of the card is right here. And we're going to go side to side, even on both sides, and not quite halfway through, however big you want the neck hole to be. And we're going to punch that out. Did I hit you? I think I hit the camera. And now we're going to go ahead and do the leg holes too. And I do, like looking at a pie, it's more than 1/4 of the pie. Again, however, does it matter if if it flies up and hits the camera?
It makes it more exciting.
More
honestly.
exciting, okay. Exciting card making today. That's what we like.
Card making with drama.
Yeah. Although we don't want too much drama. So now we have the neck hole and the leg holes punched. And now I'm going to do what I showed you before with cutting the sleeves. But I'm not going to measure it. If I did measure, I would measure down 1 inch and in 3/4. Down 1 inch and in 3/4. But I like to live on the wild side and just take big scissors and cut in about 3/4. And now the line that you're going for, where did I put my template? Oh, it's under the pile of onesies. So I've cut into here, and now I'm going to do a straight line from here to here. You could use your trimmer and line this up in the trimmer groove and line this corner, but you're going to the top of the leg hole. And for me, it's easier. I've made these for baby showers. I've made baby invites. So I've made 50 at a time. And I would rather just take my scissors and cut. Although when I've done that, I usually don't have people watching me.
Are you saying that you get nervous when people are watching?
You guys make me nervous.
Why would that be?
I don't know. I just don't want to disappoint you.
You're among friends.
Yeah. So what is everyone up to today, Steve?
Well, Tony's saying she has a wedding in addition to grandbabies on the way. So, I mean, she's got everything going.
Wow. And she just retired.
Yeah. And
Chris, I think, is babysitting Leah today.
Yeah, they're in the park today, although they said it's getting hot.
Oh, is it? It was so nice this morning. Okay, so you end up with this little edge. But isn't that easy? Now I'm going to do the inside. For the inside, it would be hard to cut a white layer just that way. So what I did instead is I took the layering circles and I did the cardstock scallop with the biggest and then the white layer with the biggest. And then this is my favorite baby set right now. It's called All for Baby. Do you remember we made Tammy a baby set with the teddy bear that she loved?
I do remember that. It was
like a month ago or 6 weeks ago.
One time I had a fairly decent idea.
Oh yeah, Steve hung him by his ear. I'll post that card too. It still hasn't been on my blog. I need to put it on. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on the inside, and then I'll show you how to finish the outside. So yesterday Barb was over and we did our favorite things in the catalog all the way through. Very intense with no sound. Because I bought a new thing, StreamYard, and don't know how to use it yet.
It was good practice though.
It was good. So then we did it again just with Facebook Live. But I'll be on YouTube Live and Facebook Live at the same time when I get it figured out.
Ann Bass is on this morning.
Hello, Ann Bass. Do you need a baby card for anybody? I have fun baby cards anybody could make. And really, you don't even need a stamp set. So I should put one over in the corner. This is what we're making.
So Linda Lace took advantage of the beautiful day to walk for ice cream. And that sounds like a brilliant idea because it's a twofer. You get a walk and you get ice cream.
Yeah, it does sound like a good idea. She has 2 kids at her house today. Linda runs a childcare business in her home, and she doesn't have as many kids today, so she gets to do special fun things. So I put a little glue on the edge, and this is going to fit perfectly, remember, because I used the punch that is 1.5 inches, so it makes the little lacy, what would you call that? A little lacy ruffle?
Collar.
A collar. That's a good name for it.
Yeah. Well, it's part of my job as your assistant to, come up with vocabulary.
Come up with the words.
Yeah. It can be like a thesaurus.
I think now that the gymnastics is over, I'll get more sleep and maybe I'll know more words.
I was going to complain about that on this video too, about the lack of sleep in the last week. I was
going to say, we're complaining. How can we complain when we love watching gymnastics?
Well, I mean, it was amazing, except the part where we got up at 3:30 a.m. to watch the beam competition.
Yeah. Okay, so did you see how I put that collar on? And then I'm going to save the other part because you can put pieces on.
Which die set is this from?
It is Give It a Whirl. I talked about that at the beginning, but you probably missed that. The Give It a Whirl die set is great for making cards like this, where you, what do you call this? Go like this?
The wheel.
The wheel. It's fun, but it's also great for making baby onesie cards and anything you need a cloud for. So I truly, this is an awesome set for all kinds of reasons.
I don't see the die that you used for that, though.
Oh, well, because I took it off.
Okay.
This is my special die from this set. It goes right here. And that's what I'm using for the collar, the legs, and that centerpiece. So I'm going to put some more glue, just a tiny bit of glue around the edge.
I do have to say I'm really glad we got up at 3:30 a.m. though to watch Simone get a bronze medal after all of her challenges. It was rewarding to watch her do it. Yeah. So happy for her.
Yeah, we are happy. We're happy Suni won the all-around. We're happy for all the girls. Every women's U.S. gymnast who went to the Olympics came home with a medal, and that's just
Jade,
amazing.
Jade Carey, after she had trouble on her vault, she had one last chance on the floor, and she nailed it.
She did. So they showed a lot of perseverance and not giving up. It would have been easy just when Simone had her problems to be like, we're done. We can't do this. But I love it that those gals were able to just keep going. I look on the back side. It's easier to trim that nicely. And like I said, you don't need a full circle for the whole deal. Just let the edges go off the edge until the glue is dry. And now we're going to go ahead and put the center pieces on. I liked these three colors together, and then honestly, these three cards coordinate. But
Tony said she also likes watching the swimming, and we've enjoyed watching some swimming too. I can't believe how much I'm enjoying watching track, because those runners are just so amazing.
Yeah.
And have, wonderful backstories too. So
yeah, we really like to watch everything, but we watch all the other things in the evening like normal people. We don't get up in the middle of the night to watch the swimming or the track.
Right.
It's the gymnastics part that makes us crazy, right?
Yeah. Irrational.
But we did go to the meets up until the Olympics in person, and so we feel like we know these people. They don't know us. We just know them. And we care about them, and it's just fun to cheer them on. Although I know Simone's mom now, that I'm sure she doesn't know me, but I feel like I know her. I got to sit and chat with her. So, what do you think? Now, in past years, another variation that I've done is I did these with circles, and I'm going to show you quick how I do that.
Well, that makes sense, because that's a boy card, and boys aren't going to wear ruffles on their collar or their...
Right. But it doesn't, I don't think it has to have the stripes on there, and these are curved, so it's going to be harder to get those on. But if you wanted to make, I want to do 1 3/4 and 1/2. You want about a 1/4 inch difference. And what you would do, this is 1 1/2. You cut the smaller circle first, and then you get out the larger circle. And then you go ahead and line it up so it's even along all the sides. And you punch it. And now what we could have done, and then you might have to squish it a little bit, but that's another way you can do that. And then you could just cut stripes to go on the edges. But for my little girl cards, I did it this way. And then inside, I have different things. Hello, little one. That's all from that baby set I showed you. Congratulations on your growing family. And little hands, little feet, big love. So please go ahead and let me know which one you like. They're all, should I put this one in the middle since I put a star on there? I was thinking star for the boys, but I also did a star because there's stars on that embossing folder. I will post the template for the Baby Onesie card and the cards and probably that teddy bear card that we made before. Maybe I should put them all on my blog tomorrow morning. That would be a good goal, wouldn't it, honey?
Yep.
Are there any other questions or comments? Oh, I see, Tony, you think they're adorable. Thank you. I truly enjoy making these. It's a card that I've made on and off probably since 2003. And I can't remember, where we started making them from. As you can see, the arms are a little bit different on all of these, but they're only going to get one card, right?
So I think it's also because you love babies so much that you enjoy making these cards.
Yeah, I do.
You think about the babies as you're doing it.
I do love babies. I think everybody loves babies, don't they?
Well, I do too. I mean, the secret is I'm pretty intense about everything I do, but when I get to hold a baby, then I have an excuse to just mellow out and enjoy it.
Yep, it's fun. So if you watch this on YouTube later when I upload it, please put replay in the comments and list any questions. I'll go back and answer those. And truly love having you join us at noon on Wednesdays. Steve, are we still thinking about 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights?
We are. We are going to go prime time.
Would anyone come watch us if we were on at 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights? You could leave that in the comment too. If there's anything you want to see next week or anything else, just let us know. And I hope you all have a blessed day. And again, thanks for joining us.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.